Claudia and it worked so well. It's so easy in Paris. We did like 5 outfits, even 6 I think, in so many different locations in 1.5 hours. And I'm meeting Malik now. He's doing a quick break from his bachelor thesis and we're going to get a sandwich at a very nice spot Claudia just recommended to me in the Marais, and then probably afterwards we're going into a cafe. We just had a bubble tea at Les, the one we had the last time we were in Paris, but this time it was quite disappointing because Malik messed up our order. I was like, do you remember the order? And he was like, yes I do. And then he completely messed it up. But now we are in Palais de Tokyo. No, Palais Royal. We are in Palais Royal. And we're just going to take a walk here, and tonight we're going to have dinner at home. And it's quite sunny, so come with me. This is the Palais Royal. It's one of our favorite spots in Paris because it really reminds us of the time where I lived here, because we spent like almost every day here. It's so beautiful. Show them around.
I can be a shadow rolling on the street. I can make the same movements on repeat. I can go on walking when I'm sound asleep. I can lose myself.
Hello everyone, I'm currently getting ready. I am in Paris and I'm cat sitting my friend's cat Max, and I'm very happy to be here. I don't think I properly sat down and talked to you yet. I'm here with Malik, currently writing his bachelor thesis, and so he's working a lot and currently also in a cafe getting work done. I'm getting ready. I'm meeting my friends Claudia and Carlotta now. I met them whilst I was in Paris last year, and we're going to get some coffee. The weather is super nice. I think I told you I tried to be like more healthy and more sporty again, and I actually started a new hobby. I started running. I think it's quite like, I feel like maybe it's because I just started doing it, and then, you know, when you start doing things or start liking things or want to do things, you keep seeing them everywhere. But I feel like it is a trend to go running, because there are like a lot of running clubs in Munich, in Paris as well, and a lot of people I know want to do half marathons. And actually, you won't believe it, I've never ran before. I never liked jogging or running or anything like that. I hated it, to be honest, because I had one very bad experience with it. Because maybe it's because I keep seeing it everywhere on social media and stuff. I just gave it another try and I started like running way slower than the first time I did it, and it's actually been so much fun. And I am going on a half marathon in October, which might be crazy considering that I've only run 3 times so far. But I now have like a set training schedule, and I really want to do it, and there's no way back. And I also talked about it with my boyfriend. It's when I want to run a half marathon, I really want to do it, and I don't want to give up during the marathon, and I really don't want to walk part of the marathon. So I really have to get better and train a lot, and I'm going to do it with my boyfriend, my sister and her boyfriend, and I think it will be very cool. I'm very excited for that. So one thing I wanted to talk with you about, and then the other thing is that I really want to move. I don't want to stay in Munich. I don't think it's my city. I've grown up there, I lived there all my life, and I want to move back there eventually, but for now I think I'm ready for a new chapter. But it's so hard choosing the right city for me. I think Paris will always be my favorite city, and it's always also my first choice. But the thing is that the apartments here are very expensive and you don't have a lot of space. And I really wanted to level up, you know, because my apartment now is like the apartment I lived in since I studied in Munich, and it's like more of a student apartment, also because I didn't put like a lot of effort into that apartment because I always thought it wouldn't be permanent. So in my imagination, I really want to level up. I want to have a lot of space. I want to have like a lot of lights in my apartment. I want to have like a living room, you know, just to level it up. And I think this won't be possible for me in Paris, so I really would have to compromise and find something smaller. And I don't know if that will be worth it because it's so expensive. I looked at apartments last night and it's really very, very expensive, and I know a lot of people who do that, and I don't know if it's worth the sacrifice that you don't have like a lot of space. Maybe I don't know, maybe that's also fine, and you get to be in like this amazing city, and I feel like there are a lot of opportunities and stuff here. But then again, I don't know if it would be worth it. Really so unsure on what to do. And the other choice would be Berlin. Everyone who knows me personally will laugh at me because I always said I would never move to Berlin. But I looked at apartments last night and you can get like such big apartments. I know that the market in Berlin is also crazy and it's super hard to find flats, but like just from looking at it, there are like relatively cheap places, like extremely cheap places in comparison to all of the other cities I think are kind of cool. For like they're very big and not that expensive. So I've been thinking maybe that would be a good idea for like some time, and then after like some years move back to Paris. But then again, I want the next apartment I have like to be more permanent, because my apartment now in Munich, I've always been like, oh no, I'm not going to stay here for long, and then in the end I stayed for I think 5 years in this apartment. So I never really put in the work, and I think if I would have put in the work I would have had like much better experience in that apartment. But I feel like if I will limit myself and say, okay, I'm going to move to Berlin but only for 1 year, I'm not going to put a lot of work into this apartment because I will think it's not permanent. But in the end you never know, and it might also take like a lot of years until I move out of that. So I don't know. And then Berlin is also not my favorite city. I don't think it's very pretty. I don't know. There are like a lot of great people I know who live there. That would be of course nice because I have like good friends there. In Paris I don't really have good friends I've known for a lot of years, so I would have to start from scratch. Of course I don't speak fluently in French, which is also a con, but the big pro for Paris is that it's just my favorite city and it's so beautiful, and I always feel so good when I'm here. And I somehow think I really am meant to live here. And for Berlin, on the other hand, I would save a lot of money. I could rent out a bigger place. I would have space for all of my belongings. I don't know. It's just an easier option, honestly, because of course like moving in Germany will be easier than moving to another country where you don't know the language and everything. But I don't know if I will just do it because it's the easier route. So I don't know. That's what I've been thinking about a lot lately. So if you think one of these cities match me more, let me know. Or what do you think would be the best option, because I'm quite lost on the topic. But yeah.
Instagram Olympics over here. Huh? It's Instagram Olympics. Oh my god, all the time.
Best photographer in town.
Oh my god, two huge tall girls.
No, you're small.
You wearing like boots, so.
Yeah. I'm cheating.
You vlogging, you vlogging.
Oh my god, that's like a matrix.
Matrix. and tricks.
Yeah.
We're now at a cafe at Place de Rouge and I got some green tea. And I'm going to meet Malik afterwards and we're going for a run. Apparently, Max doesn't like men, but he likes Malik. Or Malik forces him to like him.
Kann ich immer noch mal da.
Update, this morning when I woke up, I felt my jaw like it hurt a little, or there was tension in there, and it was like similar to the feeling when my wisdom tooth got infected. I got my wisdom teeth pulled out 2 months ago and this side got infected and now I contoured, but as you might can tell, it's a little bit swollen here and it's like a little bit of a shitty situation because I'm in Paris obviously, I'm cat sitting Max, I can't just leave, and now I was calling my dentist in Munich and they were being so rude about it. I don't know, it was very disappointed. They really didn't want to help me at all. I'm probably going to the dentist tomorrow if it gets worse. If I'm lucky, it isn't anything and it's just like my bones growing back and that is the pain, but the thing is that it's already swollen and it feels like exactly the same like the last time when it got infected on this side. But nevertheless, I'm going to enjoy my time in Paris. I'm going for dinner now with Malik. I just got ready. We have a very nice place we booked for tonight. I hope it will also be nice. And then I will see how the rest of the trip will go tomorrow. Let's have our fingers crossed that the swelling will be gone and the tension in my jaw as well. Today really isn't our luckiest day. Malik just hit his head so badly on the way out that he was bleeding. I think you can still see it. When he came out of the door, blood was dripping from his Stirn. What's Stirn?
Forehead.
Blood was dripping from his forehead. So now we're probably both going to have a boiler. What's the boiler?
That's a boiler. Yeah, like a bump?
We are both going to have a bump. Me because of my wisdom teeth and him because he hit his head. But now we're going to dinner and we will turn this night into something more fun.
I can be a shadow rolling on the street. I can make the same movements on repeat. I can go on walking when I'm sound asleep. I can lose myself that way.
There. Jetzt wäre das ein Weg. Wir kommen noch so.
so delicious. It's these shoes filled with cream.
Les regards, c'est la grande arme de la coquetterie vertueuse. Parce qu'on peut tout dire avec un regard. Et puis après, on peut toujours nier ce regard-là.
Jeter les filets d'amour, remonte-les dans 2000 ans. Les mains se serrent, les mains se serrent, les mains se serreront fort sous un soleil de papier d'eau. Jeter les filets d'amour, remontez-les dans 2000 ans. Si c'est la fin, si c'est la fin, si c'est la fin des romans.
An update. As you can see, I'm still swollen, so I'm not going to show my whole face. But we're just not very lucky this time. So Malik got food poisoning yesterday. We don't know from what kind of food because we kind of ate the same things and I'm fine. But I just got some smash burgers and fries for me, one smash burger and fries for me for dinner, and I made him like a healthier snack, like dinner, because he's not feeling very well. I hope he will be better tomorrow. But other than that, today, as you saw, I spent the day at Musée Rodin with my grandma. She's also here at the same time. It was a coincidence and we met up and it was very nice. Yes. As you can tell, I'm still very swollen, but I did my makeup to feel a little bit better and I'm going to meet my friend now. We're going for a coffee. Oh my god, I look like a hamster. And I also wanted to take some pictures, but I feel like I don't know. Okay, maybe I have to take pictures like this, covering my face. And afterwards, Malik and I want to go to Jardin du Luxembourg and also to Grande Épicerie, which is like my favorite place in Paris. It's this huge fancy grocery store. It's so cool. And then we're going to meet my friend Paula for dinner because she just moved here today. This is my Air One. We're currently getting snacks for the park. We're in the food section. Everything is so beautiful. And yeah, we're just going to look around. And we don't know what to eat because there's so many things to choose from. We spent the afternoon at Jardin du Luxembourg and now we want to have a little snack, and I remembered this amazing pastry I had here last year in this neighborhood. The bakery is called Boulangerie La Parisienne and we're going there now and I'm going to show Malik the pastry. I hope they still have it because it's already quite late. And yes, but what did you think about the park? It's just the best place in the world. It's so nice and so calming to sit here and read or just to people watch. I can really recommend it. It's my favorite park in Paris. We just got the apartment ready for my friend who's coming soon, and now we are going outside for a bit into a cafe to get some work done, meeting a friend, and then we will come back, get some new food for Max, and then we are already back to Munich. Got this cookie from this place. They have like a big selection. We got the classic chocolate chip with sea salt. Try it. Is it good?